Okay, so here we go. Okay, this video is going to be on how to use the system and how to incorporate start incorporating all the exercises and making up your own workouts, as well as including the programs and adding them in. You don't have to make your own workouts up, but it's good to become a little bit more self-dependent, and we learn a little bit more like that as well. So I'm on the home page at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to devise a bicep workout, maybe a back workout as well. So all I do is I come down to here, the bicep, before we do that actually, you might want to come down and print a couple of these off, okay, or just make a note on a bit of paper as you go, which exercise you've chosen, which training principles. But anyway, so I'm going to click this, okay, a new tab opens up. I've already got it opened up. Now hopefully you've watched all these introduction videos and things on such as muscle groups working from their longest to their shortest points, how many muscles there are in that group, all things like that. If not, go back and watch them, or you won't fully understand how to compile your own workouts. But otherwise, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. Now, because the bicep's got two heads, inside and outside, I'm not going to worry too much about its longest and its shortest points at the moment. But otherwise, so I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to choose a seated bicep concentration curve. Now, if you haven't watched this, or if you don't know what it is, watch the video, understand it, see what muscle group it particularly works, whether it's the inside or the outside, or what hand grip it is, and then jot it onto a bit of paper. It's as simple as that. Okay, so this actually works the bicep from its longest point, and it works predominantly the inside head of the bicep. Anyway, so now I'm gonna come down to here. I'm just gonna look at this one. So this is the same sort of style exercise, but this one hits the outside head. So I'm gonna pick that particular exercise as well, and I'm gonna try and pick at least 3 to 4 different exercises. I picked 3 in this particular example. Okay, so what else we've got here? Let's have a look. Preacher bench, biceps, different grip variations. So I'm gonna have that one as well, because that's actually working the bicep from its shortest point. Now, after I've compiled them 3 exercises, I'm then going to come over to training methods. From the training methods, I'm going to come down here. Hopefully you've watched all these, the introduction to training methods and everything, but if you haven't, start watching them and watch them and understand them a little bit more. And all I'm going to pick is, I'm going to go for a set of holds and a set of 21. So I'm going to try and incorporate 2 different training methods, and I'm going to put that onto a bit of paper. If you're not too sure what these are, watch them, learn them, and incorporate them. So after that, I'm actually going to do a back exercise. Okay, so I'm going to work the back out as well. So I'm going to come down here. If you haven't watched these, already watched this particular video, it explains about the back and different muscle groups. And then I'm going to incorporate a nice compound move, which means it's working more than one muscle group at a time, but predominantly the back. Okay, the lats, the latissimus dorsi. So I'm going to pick this particular one here. It's as simple as this. Now I'm going to go for an isolation move, which is it's a compound, but it's also isolation because of the fact that you're doing one side at a time. So I'm going to pick this one as well. I'm going to pull right down to the page, bottom of the page. I'm not worrying exactly too much the intricate muscle groups in the back, because it is rather intricate, because each particular exercise will hit the back as a whole anyway, apart from a good morning that will work from predominantly more the lower back. So I'm going to go for a cable move as well, standard lat pull down with a neutral grip. That hits majority of the back. So I've got a nice compound move in here. I've only picked 3 exercises. I'm going to use the same training principles and training methods as I did, or I am going to do on the biceps. I'm also going to train my biceps second to my back, okay, because they will give out before that. If you're not too sure what I mean there, come back here. Right, okay, so training splits and muscle groups that train well together. So I'm going to open that tab up, and I'll explain a little bit more about this so you can get your head around the system a little bit more. If you've got any questions, just contact me anyway. If this video isn't that clear, I'll redo it. But otherwise, okay, we're here. So a training split is how many times you train a muscle group in a week. Okay, and I've got some examples here, different training splits, how you utilize different muscle groups together and what works best together. But also on this page it explains what muscle groups are good to work together. So this is this part here. Okay, so we come right down here and it will show you different muscle groups that work really well together, and at the same time I've done different training splits. So this one is a 3-day training split. The first day will be chest, shoulders, triceps. It says here, try to train the chest first, and that's because I do explain up here about that. It's because it's a bigger muscle group and your shoulders will want to be as fresh as possible when you're training your chest. Okay, so there's all different examples here. If none of these training splits work for you, I mean, there's a 2-day training split here. If you're doing any cardio, it explains up here how to fit it in. Okay, but otherwise, make sure you read through this section so you can pick a training split and then go back and start working out how you're going to work out in the week. So if I took a 4-day training split here, so say Monday I'm going to do chest, shoulders, chest and shoulders, and then maybe Wednesday I do biceps, triceps. Okay, they're good, they work together. And then maybe Thursday I might do back and calves, and then I might do on Saturday or Friday quads, hamstrings, and on the days I'm not working out of weights, unless I'm doing interval training, I'll add my cardio in. So we'll come back to the back exercises. So after I worked out my training split, okay, or which muscle groups are going to work together, at the moment I'm just showing you an example of back and biceps. I jot it all down on a bit of paper. Okay, so from there you're going to have some workout sheets as well, so you can print these off. So when you are working out, you can just jot your exercise in here. This says R1RM, that means 1 rep max. We don't worry about that. What you can put in here is, and I'll explain here, is you can put maybe a star in here, and then the key down the bottom for that, you might decide to be a star means a drop set, or 2 stars, you might do 2 stars in here, which then means a superset. That's up to you in terms of what particular training method you're doing and how many stars you want to give it, so you understand here, or when you're training, you just look down here, okay, what's 3 stars again? 3 stars is a negative. Okay, so I know I'm doing a negative along here somewhere. So it's got sets, reps, and the weight, and just the exercise here. Very simple. And if you do any cardio, the cardio there. Okay, so if you're clear on that, or as clear as can be, what you can also do is, if you're starting to really incorporate your own, get together your own workouts and start to compile your own workouts, you can also come to this section, which is where you should have come to right at the beginning, and then you can just start incorporating the workouts that are on here as well. So if you're not too sure what cardio you should be doing or whatever, you can come to the cardio section, click here, go through and pick a cardio workout or core workouts. Okay, or even if you want to do full body, if you're doing full body, you can add one of these full workouts in. Individual muscle groups or actual hypertrophy training. So hypertrophy is where we're just building muscles, so there'll be other muscle groups grouped together here as well. Okay, and client requested workouts. So these workouts here are basically what my clients have requested, and there will be listed more down here as well. I haven't got them on there at the moment. So anyway, let's have a quick look through. Interval style. Okay, so if you're doing an interval style session, say you decide to do back and biceps, but you're going to do a 30 second burst in between each particular weights, into each particular set. Sorry, if you're not too sure what interval is, you should have watched these. If you haven't watched these, make sure you watch this section first and understand what interval style training is and how you can incorporate it into your training. So it's a good thing, interval training, because it means you don't really have to do as much cardio as well. Very good way of getting fit, very fast, strong, and puts your metabolism through the roof basically. But otherwise, hopefully that's clear enough. So all I've done is I've gone to my biceps, I've picked 3 exercises from here, okay, trying to get in at least maybe 1 compound move. And if you look down here, this is an isolation, but there it will say compound, maybe just compound move. I'm not going to worry too much about its longest to its shortest. What I'm going to worry about the most is I make sure I work the inside and the outside head of the bicep. If you're still confused about that, don't even worry too much about that. Just pick 3 bicep exercises. You will learn as you go, and you'll ask me questions and you'll start to really get the grips of it. The best way to learn is by trial and error. Okay, sometimes, most of the time, by getting things wrong. Sometimes you get them right, you don't know why you've got them right, you just think, oh, that was good. But it's good to get them wrong, everyone knows this. So that's that. Hopefully that's reasonably clear. Hopefully I'm not going on too long. hopefully, how many times have I said hopefully? I'm just going over this and make sure that I have covered everything. I think so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be quiet and give it a bash. Try it. If you've got any questions, like I said, if this isn't clear, I can redo the video, okay, or I can just answer your question. It could be a straightforward question. So good luck, and I shall speak to you soon, and there you go. See you later. Bye.